Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, hope you guys are doing okay and you're safe with the whole coronavirus pandemic going on. If you're here on True School Sports, I thank you guys for spending quality time with your boy BT, because anytime on True School Sports is quality time. But listen, interesting news coming out of the welterweight division, and it features your boy, your main man, Keith, one-time Thurman. And I gotta say, man, it's been quite a while since I made a Keith Thurman video. So, hey, feels kind of good to be making Keith Thurman videos, you know. It feels like 2017, 2016 all over again. We used to talk about Keith Thurman seemingly every week, at least a couple times. But Keith Thurman was speaking to BoxingScene.com recently. And basically, what he said was this. He said that, right now in his career that he's basically been encouraged not to rush to test out his surgically repaired left hand. As many of you guys know, he got surgery on his left hand after the Manny Pacquiao fight, and he pretty much said that once he regains, once he's able to use his left hand, like normal again, now following the surgery, he believes that he will recapture the form that made him not just a good welterweight, but an absolutely exceptionally great welterweight. Here's what he said to Boxing.com verbatim. He said, I quote, "I want to become a complete monster again, because that's what I'm capable of. I've dominated the welterweight division before, and I believe that I can do it again if I come back 100%. He then went on by saying, it feels pretty strong as far as it's all in one piece. The flexibility is almost back to 100%, so we're really happy with that. We just know that it hasn't punched in a while, and we still have to build up a little bit more strength in some of the small ligaments around it to get ready for heavy contact. It's really just by feel right now, with nothing really on the calendar or anything. I'm not trying to go all out. We're just building up into heavier contact. But I'm getting into light contact as of now. So it's not really off of just feel. But being a heavy puncher, I've hurt myself many times. So at the end of the day, we're just going to see how it holds up and take it in stages. So that's your boy. That's Keith Thurman. He's out here sounding like he's back. Y'all, for those of you watching this video, have you guys ever seen that movie Major League? That baseball movie Major League with Charlie Sheen, and I think who was in that movie? Omar Epps, and Charlie Sheen plays the character Rick Vaughn, and Rick Vaughn was like, when he first came into the major leagues, he was like this hard punker rock guy, and he lived kind of on the edge. But then once he got famous, and once he started getting money, then he lost that edge. And then there's a part in the movie, I think it's the second one, where he's warming up in the bullpen and he's throwing baseballs, and right before he comes out, the fans that are always there at the games. There's these guys in the movie that are fans, and they've lost faith in Rick Vaughn, and he comes back out and he has the glasses that he used to wear when he was a punker, like when he first came into the major leagues and he was a punker rock guy, and they said, "Oh my God, he's back! He's back!" Well, that's kind of the sense I get with Keith Thurman right now. That's the sense I get with Keith Thurman right now, because Let's rewind time here for a second here on True School Sports. All right, the year is 2017. It's March. What is it? March the 5th. It's the morning of March the 5th, 2017. Keith Thurman is waking up somewhere in the world, and he is the unified, undefeated welterweight champion of the world, with great wins over Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, clearly sitting atop of the throne as the number one welterweight in the world. That was Keith Thurman just 3 years ago, guys. And since then, he's had a string of inactivity. He's gotten married to a lovely woman from Nepal. He had a fight with Manny Pacquiao last year, and he lost that fight to Manny Pacquiao. And people obviously gave Pacquiao a lot of credit, as they should, because Manny Pacquiao is an exceptionally all-time great fighter. But what people fail to forget in that fight was that in the middle rounds, when the pace was slowed down, Keith Thurman was giving Manny Pacquiao some work. I mean, some serious work, picking his shots, placing his shots, throwing jabs, breaking Manny's rhythm. Whenever the fight was fought at a contained, slower pace, to where he could do that. When the fight was sped up, he couldn't really do much with Manny Pacquiao. But when it was slowed down at a methodical and slower pace, he was able to give Manny Pacquiao some serious work. Now listen, Keith Thurman is somebody that I think is a fantastic fighter. I think if he retired right now and got into commentating, he would become instantly the best boxing commentator in the world, because the way he articulates himself and talks about boxing is on another level than the other current commentators in boxing. That's just my humble opinion. But if what he's saying is true, and if he's not just saying this to blow smoke up our asses, if Keith Thurman really thinks and has the mentality to not become, but to regain the form he had in 2017, then gosh darn it, the welterweight division is going to have another layer added to it, because Keith Thurman's kind of been like the odd man out, even within the PBC stable, because the talk has been about Errol Spence and Sean Porter and Errol Spence and Sean Porter and Danny Garcia and all these other guys, and for good reason. They've been active, they've been in our face, but with Keith Thurman, it's been like, out of sight, out of mind. Even Terrence Crawford has gotten a lot more notoriety, but the welterweight division is better with Keith Thurman in it. It's a lot better with Keith Thurman in it than without him in the division. So I want to see Keith Thurman get to his best. Personally, I don't even want to see him recapture the form that he had in 2017. To hell with that form. I want to see him get to levels we've never seen before. I want to see the boxer puncher style on full display. I want to see both hands healthy. I want to see Keith Thurman using all of the ring and all the boxing intelligence, the defense, the counter punching, the mid range, the outside. I want to see one-time KOs for life come back. I want that guy to come back and then some, because this guy has been so great for boxing, in terms of how he's represented himself, in terms of his ability to want to fight the best, in terms of how he articulates himself, in terms of just his story out the ring as well, which I've had a chance to read up on a lot. I really want Keith Thurman to come back and be successful. And I think this is great news. I just hope it's not smoke being blown up our asses, because fighters, sometimes they say a lot of things, and sometimes fighters can get too civilized. But maybe it comes to the point with Keith Thurman where it's like, okay, he had some success. He was the number one welterweight champion, a welterweight fighter in the world at a point in time. He was undefeated at a point in time, and maybe he knows within his heart of hearts, because listen, he's in the ring. Only he knows himself. He was in the ring with Manny Pacquiao, and maybe he feels like there was another gear he could have got to in that fight, and he didn't get to that. He didn't get all the way to that gear in that fight because maybe there were some stones left unturned. Maybe the hand problems are still lingering. Who knows what's going on with his mind? But he's letting you guys know that he believes he can become that complete monster that he was, and then some. And that's very encouraging as a boxing fan, as a boxing fan, as a fan of the welterweight division, as a fan of Keith One-Time Thurman. And I'm sure he's going to give us a lot of quotables and things to talk about moving forward. So I want to see Keith Thurman. I want to see him fight. I wouldn't mind a Manny Pacquiao rematch in the future if he can get on a good run of form and win some key fights. I wouldn't mind seeing a Manny Pacquiao rematch, because the first fight was so good and he handled and conducted himself like such a champion and such a gentleman, even in defeat, which is what I love to see from fighters. If you're going to talk big when you're undefeated, at least be humble in defeat. So in my eyes, Keith Thurman is always a champion until the day he retires. And him coming back to the welterweight division should be a welcome sign to every boxing fan and every fan of the welterweight division. So, you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you think about Keith Thurman's comments? The article will be in the description if you want to read it for yourself. And let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Who do you want to see Keith Thurman fight next when everything does return to normal? Let me know in the comments. Take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I am just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.